Opinion: the clash of the pragmatic parent and the protective instinct. Kids may not know the danger they are putting themselves in when they blow raspberries at other kids. Opinion: lately I've been putting some thought into the merits of arming preschoolers. Not with anything too terrible. Perhaps a handgun and a short stabbing blade. High-powered rifles and grenades would definitely be frowned upon. And to further clarify the initial statement to silence all other gasps as to its outlandishness, I am not talking about all preschoolers. I am talking about one preschooler. I am talking about harming my son. It's not going to go any further than such talk because it is a ridiculous and stupid idea. Anyone who has ever handled a Smith & Wesson snub-nose 38 special would know the drawstring on a 3-year-old's baby factory track pants would never hold it safely at his waist, and it is highly unlikely he has the digital strength to pull the trigger anyway. There is also my sneaking suspicion that pulling out a gun may not be a proportionate response to another kid sticking out their tongue and blowing a raspberry in your face. There is a suspicion it might land him in hot water with his daycare. That I am even thinking about ways he can protect himself after a raspberry attack and then immediately escalating it to an armed response is a surprise to me. I consider myself a pragmatist, and from that pragmatism comes the firm belief violence never solves anything and actually only creates more violence. So, if you are looking for a genuine solution, violence is never the answer. I know this from the very pit of my stomach. But that was before my 3-year-old son stuck his bottom lip out and told me about the raspberry blower and how bad it made him feel. My pragmatic opposition to violence went sailing out the door in a split second. My overwhelming urge was to find this kid and show him just what sort of payback he could expect from his tongue-spitting investment. I even came up with some pithy one-liners to deliver before the coup de grace. "Who's the raspberry now, Timmy?" was my favorite, though I was also considering delivering Clint Eastwood's classic "Do you feel lucky, punk?" as all the other kids scattered screaming from the reading mat. Now, bear in mind, this raspberry event may or may not have happened. And even if it did, I can't imagine it was intended as some devastating attack on my son to put him in his place and terrorize him for all eternity. It was more than likely just a kid being a kid. And though kids are pretty clever these days, they're also pretty dumb most of the time. Unfortunately, that doesn't matter one jot to that part of my DNA that controls how I act as a father, and so I am not looking forward to the day my son comes home from school with a cut or a bruise or a black eye at the hands of another kid, because that will be the day I am arrested for burning down a school and waterboarding a 7-year-old. My reaction to the raspberry event has also made me remember why I used to avoid telling my parents anything about my days at school. If you told them the good stuff, they were so over-the-top impressed you wondered if they might be drunk, and if you told them the bad stuff, someone died. I am only just understanding why this was the limit of their responses, because I am only just realizing that after 37 years of a full and interesting life, the most interesting thing in my life right now is a 3-year-old boy. It's not just me. My wife is the same. We've gone absolutely mental. We can talk about our son for hours. Every comment, look, or even the way he threw a ball is something to be discussed and marveled at. I would not miss a beat if I came home and my wife told me I simply wouldn't believe what our son had under his fingernails. Wouldn't I? I'd say with a gleam in my eye as I settled in and prepared to hear the whole edge of your seat story. Such is the fascination with our progeny that I suspect one of the evolutionary reasons for children, aside from the continuation of the species, is to give couples a shared interest they can talk about for the rest of their lives, to give their existence a facade of real meaning. I'm completely at peace with that. As for right now, I have advised my son to simply walk away when someone blasts him with a raspberry. I said to tell them he doesn't like it and then turn around and walk away and keep walking right to the daycare office so he can call me up on the telephone. And that is so Daddy can then come down and help deal with that little punk.